Amazing. Would it be worth everyone dropping either we do a quick like round the table, just do a quick set of introductions. I think while the number of people is good, it's potentially manageable to just learn about the backgrounds of people on the call. I'm just spontaneously deciding to do this, to be honest, but I'm like, the number of people is enough, or we do, or if people drop, I think let's do that. Yeah, I think let's do that. Let's do a quick, I'm gonna go down the line. What I think it would just be cool, since the number of people is manageable this time, to do a quick like introduction of who's on the call, to be honest. I'm also curious. So I'm just gonna go in alphabetical order based on what I see. So first, Alessandro Corso.
Hello. So I'm Alessandro Corso, Digital Construction Coordinator at Sarabia McAlpine.
Awesome. Ali? Ali.
Yeah. Hello everyone. It's me, right? Is there any
Yeah.
other Ali on the call?
Yeah, no, you.
Okay. So this is Ali here. I'm digital transformation lead at Morta. Hello everyone.
And we're doing a quick round of introductions from everyone on the call, since it's like the number of people is manageable. So it would be great if you just say hello and introduce yourself and where you come from.
Hi Mo, I hope everyone can hear me.
Yeah.
I'm Anand Anthony. I'm an information manager here at Bureau Vault. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Good to have you with us, Andy.
Put my camera on then. Hi guys, Andy Bootle, head of digital construction at ALEC, and involved in NEMA and various other things. But yeah, good to be here as always.
Awesome, good to have you with us. Jan.
Hey everyone, I'm Jan Artemenko, Technical Director and Digital Lead in Stantec.
Awesome, good to have you with us. William?
Assuming that's me. Is it me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi everyone, William McJones. I am the head of digital construction for Kia Infrastructure.
Good to have you with us. Eric?
Hello everyone, Emily from IMPI, Senior Digital Delivery Consultant.
Awesome, good to have you with us. Garapa? There's a note taker, but I'm skipping the note taker. Garapa?
Hello, my name is Gurupta from CSVs.
Awesome. Good to have you with us. Jad?
Hey everyone, I'm Jad. I'm a digital transformation lead at Morta. Good to have you here.
Josh?
Hi, Josh Barnsley, Senior Digital Construction Manager for SRM.
Awesome, good to have you with us. Andre?
Hello, I'm Andre Loro from Arcadis, BIM Coordinator, getting to learn the ins and outs of Morta now.
Good to have you with us. Mark?
Hi, yeah, Mark Lewis, Senior Digital Engineering and BIM Manager at Mace.
Awesome, good to have you with us. Memory?
Hello, Memory Mambo, Digital Construction Lead and BIM Manager for Tema UK.
Awesome, good to have you with us. Miro?
You caught me. You called me mid-lunch. Miro, Senior District Construction Manager for Whites.
Good to have you with us. Enjoy your lunch. Nick?
Hey everyone, I'm Nick. I'm not in the AEC industry, but I'm working closely with Morta and also, I guess, a few people in this call. I run a data and AI strategy kind of training and consulting business, helping folks identify and maximize the business impact of technical work.
Awesome. Good to have you. Pam.
Hi everyone, I'm Pam Tippett and I'm from Wilmot Dixon. I'm a Senior Digital Construction Manager.
Awesome. Good to have you with us. Daniel.
Hi, Dan Passy, a Project Manager at Arcadis.
Awesome. And Philip.
Phil Mundell. I'm now Practice Digital Construction Manager at Ingleton Wood.
Awesome. Good to have you with us. Yeah, I spontaneously, so thanks everyone for doing this. I spontaneously decided to do this because I was like, the number of people is just enough that we can actually do this round of introductions. And I think it's just helpful for everyone on the call because it goes back to the point of the like variety of what's in the community. And I think that's one of the things that overall makes this quite unique. You have some people from owners, you have some people from main contractors, some people from design firms, some people from consultancies and supply chain members. So off the back, like
there's a few people who didn't get their turn, I think. Rob Jackson didn't go, I think. Sarah?
I thought I'd go away with it, Jad.
I'm not sure how you didn't. There's a Seymour.
Yeah, there you go.
The list is growing, Mo, as you're talking. So we might get to the. Yeah, I'll just crack on.
Rob.
I've got a hi in the chat.
Do you want me to go, Mo?
Yeah, go for
it. Rob Jackson, Head of Information Management Services for RLB Digital.
Awesome. Okay, so I see what's happening. Names are in Nadia.
Shuffled.
Nadia. Sean.
Hello, I'm Sean Morris. I am a information management technical specialist and the Morta business owner for Mott MacDonald.
Really good to see you. Sarah.
Hello, I'm Sarah, IT automation engineer at CSVs in Saudi Arabia.
Awesome, good to have you. Linda.
Hi, I thought I got away with that as well. I am Linda Smith, National Business System Manager for Morgan Sindel. It's good to be here.
Awesome, good to have you. Irene.
Hi, I'm a digital consultant at Project for Safety.
Ian.
Hi, it's Ash. I'm an information manager at Suite Projects.
Good to have you all. Dean.
Yeah, hi Mo. I'm the National BIM lead at Atkins Realis.
Dennis.
Hi, I'm Dennis. I'm the Digital Construction Manager for the Ministry of Justice.
Awesome. Really good to have you all. Yeah, really good to have you all. I think we now have had everyone. Is there anyone who I've missed by accident? Because basically what happens is when people join in the call, it goes in alphabetically, and I would have gone down. So awesome. Yeah. Really good to have you.
I think Philip, did you?
Philip?
Yeah, Phil Galbraith's Public Science and Technology lead for digital engineering at Mace Construct.
Awesome. Really good to have you. Perfect. Amazing. This even like goes back to show the point like even more, to be honest. One of the things that we find really exciting is the range of the types of companies and people that we're working with. I think like from everyone we heard from, we have a mix of design firms, owners, general contractors, specialists, consultants, and across like industries, from things like our sectors, from things like education, all the way to infrastructure and energy. So ultimately, I think this helps us approach all of this more holistically and what we're doing more holistically. So I just thought, given the number of people, it was a good opportunity to kind of do who's on the call today and just like kind of demonstrate that from the types of individuals that we had. In terms of the session today, we just had the impromptu let's introduce ourselves. But I'm going to be taking you through some product updates. Then I'll give you a quick demo of that. And then ideally, I want to have a discussion on your feedback on what I'm showing and how you've been using the platform or how you've been using the AI specifically. Just in terms of key updates. Sorry, just 1 second. Yeah, just in terms of key updates, in terms of the product, we've started adding different, more new view types. You'll see transposed views that's effectively in beta now. And that's since the beginning of Morta, we've been seeing some people put in a column and then put in the values next to it and just have a column and description. And then they wouldn't use the data types properly. And we saw this in things like project name, for example, and so on and so forth. So transposed view helps turn what would have looked like it's in a row into columns effectively. The second is we had feedback on the Slack in relation to syncing permissions and seeing what exists in terms of permissions within the platform, and that's been added in as a sync. Then this is like, it depends on how you see it. It's a relatively minor one, but document banners used to be hard-coded in terms of you need to always have a banner. But we've had requests in terms of making that an option. So we've made that an option, and I'll show that in a second. When it comes to charts, we've added car charts, and we use those for reporting now. In terms of group by, we've made improvements to the tree view that I was just double checking we're recording. We made improvements to the tree view in order to, based on feedback and based on use. One of the big ones, especially for those of you who are implementing the platform across many projects, we've made improvements in terms of the new hubs and the management of those. So I'll walk you through that in a second. And then when it comes to AI, we've made improvements with that in that regard as well. One of the key things is support is now enabled for everyone, and some of the basic like functionality is enabled for everyone and for all paid users. And we really see it as a effectively default way with which you'll increasingly interact with the platform. What I'm going to do now is I want to demonstrate some of these things, but I'm gonna take the next 10 or so minutes to show you something. So over the last few weeks, I'm just gonna give you the context. Over the last few days, I've been working on building like a use case related to construction progress monitoring and how we do that across a project. That template is there, and we can go into the use case. You can go into the use case and have a look at it if you want. But as I've been doing that, my key goal has been to basically use the AI for most of the interactions that I have when I'm building out something, rather than clicking around the platform in order to do things. So what I'm and that involved a number of things. That involved me having to community demo April. That involved me having to create some new data sets from scratch. That involved me having to import some things that were in Excel, and the list goes on. And I want to go through that with you because it really shows where we think where we are and where we are going, as well, in terms of where we want the experience with the platform to go. And then through that, a lot of the improvements I mentioned earlier will come up. So I think just like hopefully all of this goes to plan. If it doesn't, we're rolling with it. But effectively, I'm going to start by saying create an information. So if I have someone who's starting with Morta, one of the common things they'll start with is they'll go create, they want an information delivery plan. So I can say create an information delivery plan for me. And let's see what happens. Awesome. So it suggested this. It's created this as the initial information delivery plan. Let me see if it can add some sample data for me in this. I think I've not tried before, but.
So Mo, can I just ask, where you're prompting it there to create something from scratch, it will naturally go and look for the templates in the Morta hub to start with. If you're not telling anything specific, it will go and find the template that's there. Yeah.
So it's referencing, and a lot of these it's referencing things in Morta as best practice, and that's so like Morta's templates, for example. But the other key thing is it kind of decomposes it. So rather than giving you the full template, it's just given us the IDP table right now, right? So we don't have any of these other data sets that in our template we technically have. So if I go into if I go into my templates, if I go into my information delivery plan, I have my MIDP. Within my MIDP, I have the reference data. It hasn't made tables for each of these reference data sets. It's just made the basics of the IDP for now. Now, the next thing that I want to do is to start doing that. So I'm going to say create for me tables for each of the columns that have a select list. In each of these tables include a description, code, and concatenation. So first it wants to add exchange formats. Then it wants to add types. Okay, then it stops. When it stops, what you do is you add okay, is what I have learned in the last few days. So then it continues. It's creating levels. And then, okay.
That's a very handy tip there.
I discovered that.
just type okay and it will continue. Right,
At this point, I'm like, if you've been using this enough, Like this. It's only comes up if it ends up having to do multiple tasks. The good thing is a few weeks ago it wasn't that good at doing multiple of these. Now at
Yeah,
least
it'll only get better.
it does them.
Mo,
Now it does, yeah. Sorry, go
Mo,
ahead.
I want to know what happened in your brain to make you type OK, because that's kind of there's quite a
you know
response to a pause.
I
Have you tried
I don't
typing,
know.
"Are you stuck?" and see if it continues as well?
Yeah, basically, if you write pretty much anything, it seems
Just
like
type something.
anything in relation to what it was doing, it seems to have worked. I've not tried to just like type random, like something completely random. But okay, so now it created these. Let's see if this, I'm not sure if this bit will work. Update the select list here so that, yeah, there was something going a bit off on the select list, but so that the sources are the actual code columns from the respective tables. Yeah, so now it's insisting on a lookup, but I want to check those basically. So now here I would go, and for now I'm just going to define originators.
Curious to see what would happen if you press that button.
Which one?
Would it create a lookup?
Yeah, it would create, like, I mean, it would create the lookup. So, I mean, if we wanted to go. Interesting. I'm gonna see, like we'll do the lookup for the sake of it, but select list for some reason it's always lookups, but I'm gonna. It did previously do.
Could it be mixing up the label, lookup and select? Maybe if you check the select source
No.
of project.
No, because it's still not. It's project. It's project. But then, even interestingly, it fills it with random data here rather than the project's data, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Now, but the part of the point of me showing you this is also me showing you how we're thinking about it as well. Like it doesn't also mean like I'm not like fully going, this is a complete what's it called? But it speeds up a lot of the initial creation of tables and of schemas. And one of the other things that I was doing a lot in the last week was I was importing CSVs. So this is an activities table. And when I import it, what I do is I would have to update all of the data types, and that's like a bit of a nightmare. So I would come in and I'd go, can you check what columns? Can you change the data types of all of the columns to the appropriate data type? For example, percent columns should be a percent, numbers should be numbers, etc. Yeah, like I am sure some of you may have tried some of these things. I just thought it was because I've very much been in this mindset of building out things myself. I set it for myself as a target because it's kind of like how we see the future of the interactions with the platform looking like. I wanted to see how much I could do with it and how much it could speed up routine things that I would have to do. So even when it comes to things like, for example, creating a simplified view for a project manager of this, I just go that, and then it would create a simplified view. And you can see this has less columns and it has hidden everything. If I wanted to say auto color the headers of every column. So I was doing that a lot because I wanted, and I had Claude write me prompts for coloring the headers in Morta. Can you color the headers in these columns? I don't know if by just writing it like that it will work. I'm gonna quickly open up Claude and get the prompt and just show you that, and then I will leave the AI demo there. Obviously, what I would love is to hear, like, for you to ask questions if you want me to do any other specific things here. So this was the prompt. I'm just pasting it in now. I'm gonna be in the default view just in case. I'm using a different what's it called? Okay, I'm just gonna go with something simpler. Can you color everything that has planned in the column name as green?
Spooky, Mo. I actually tested this earlier when someone came to me saying, "Oh, I want to match properties for columns," and I thought, I could just prompt AI to color certain column headers a color, and it did it really well. Simple but effective.
Yeah, it's like I've been focusing a lot on things like that. Exactly. But then you can ultimately, like, we can then take a lot of these concepts can then be taken into like a wide range of things. So just before I wanted to do that, I hope you found that useful in terms of just seeing how we're thinking about the interaction with the platform, and if you got any tips from that, I hope it gave you some ideas. And yeah, I guess I'm curious if anyone has any input here on like how I've been using it and how you've been using it. Anyone with input?
From my point of view, though, I tried to use it for creating new rows based off a date. So if I wanted to duplicate 1,000 rows of data, and say if we had 1,000 rows of data for April, but I want to duplicate that for May, it did struggle with something like that task. It said it was processing in the background, but it eventually, I think it just failed to duplicate everything.
Okay.
But for everything else, like you just showed here, it's really, really good, really powerful. So possibly
you wanted
to
to create a duplicate data set basically, and then it didn't do that.
Yeah,
What would
I
it do
wanted
if
to do
it
it for a
says-
couple of years because it's a lot of data.
Let's just see if it's a data thing as well.
Okay,
But I'm guessing
yeah, because it's just duplicating. Because I'm asking it to add a new bit of data in a column. So there'd be a date column with, say, an empty month, and I'm asking it to put a month into it.
Let's just see. Give me 10 rows, which isn't what I wanted. Yeah, it gave me 10 rows.
Of the first data. Yeah, the
Yeah.
first row. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. So another really interesting one I was doing a lot was I would have, so the direction we want to take things as well is for it in some ways to configure things based on your existing Excels. If you think about it, like that's what we do. Like we take images and we take Excel files and we turn them into something in Morta. So one of the things that I was able to do was take like, if I had a screenshot of a table, I would add that in and I would go modify my schema based on the table. And then it would be able to add the relevant columns and rename like certain columns and so on and so forth. And it would do that well when it was like, let's say, tens of rows. But when I gave it a PDF with 7 or 8 pages, it couldn't ingest all of the data for that. So I can see, like, I think with like right now it's not there, but yeah, I'm sure like over time that will come through. Any other thoughts? Thanks, Josh.
Just got a quick one more, if I can ask.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of a workshop with Ali early in the week, you know, and then he pointed me to AI, and it's amazing because I managed to build this license tracker that I've been working on, and it's super cool. But then today, when I tried to change the color code, I'm just going to be sneaky and share the screen for a second, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So what he then told me is that I've hit a limit, you know, to adjust this. So all of these activities, literally, the reporting dashboards, this is the AI that's created all this for me. And all the color coding that I've done in there has been done by the AI. But when I then try to, this is amazing
really
because
cool.
I did this since I had that call with you, Ali, then I've spent 2 days just doing this. So even the reporting dashboards, I told it to give me 4 dashboards that it felt were based on the information in the tables. It's picked out the information. And then I've told it to color code certain things, you know, to identify which are the main platforms and the like. But then today, when I tried to change one of the colors, it told me that I've hit a limit. I don't know if it's something to do with my overuse. I know I've gone crazy with it. So that's the message that I got, the last message I had today. I've hit the limit and can't directly adjust the chart settings.
No, I don't think it's a limit. I don't think, I think it was I don't think it's like a commercial limit. I don't think it's a usage limit. I think it hit the equivalent of a physical limit.
Okay. Yeah, because I went mental with it over the last few days, and it's super cool. So this was just a trial for the main dashboarding that I need to do around
that's awesome.
construction tracking. Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really good to see. And that's exactly the point from our end. Like more than anything else, it's to just speed up like initially one of the key use cases in all of this is to speed up the creation and improve the quality of what's being built. So even things like so it's just really cool to see how you put it together and you've created charts and document and so on and so forth.
I told Mamari while Morta AI is a great assistant, I'm still here to help whenever needed.
And I said to him, in between AI, we'll just put the L there, then it's still Ali, so it's fine.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks for sharing that memory. That's awesome to see. Does anyone else have any feedback or any like thoughts on things that they've used it for? Things worked or that didn't work? Like I'm just generally curious.
I've just been playing about with what you just showed us, Mo.
Yeah.
And I was actually curious to see one of the early 1 million requests that I sent Ali when we started working on Morta was the ability to change the descriptions of the column.
Yeah.
In an easy manner.
Yeah.
And AI is not allowing me to do that still.
No, you can. But
No, that's the message that I get. I was trying random whenever there is that in the title, then change the description. And for some reason it can't.
So what you're doing is, because I just did change this column from this value, change.
It's just whenever you see, so the request was, I have 5 columns in my table that start with spatial. And it was a quick start to say, for all of this column, can you add a message saying this is based on the spatial breakdown?
You're in the message. Yeah,
Yeah.
some of this data isn't this, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. No, some of this isn't accessible by the looks of it by the AI so far. I'm not sure why. Can you change?
And obviously that's the one that I was trying
to change the
as usual, Sarah, as usual.
Description.
You know it, Ali.
The discipline column to this is my discipline. Let's see. Yeah, it didn't work, but stepping up. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that it should, if something doesn't work now, like it should be able to do over time.
Okay, great, because this one would be very useful when we have a lot of
the idea
tables,
is,
yeah.
like I noticed as well that not all of the owner, I think like not all of, I still haven't, to be honest, even discussed it fully with the team, but not all of the owner capabilities are in the chat. It's just over time the capability will widen effectively, and pretty much any of these things you should be able to control via the chat interface. That's the idea in terms of like the way we see the interface going with the platform. And I think it's not just us, like it's a lot of companies, is that people will be chatting with it in order to do things. And we've focused a lot on initially making it as easy as possible to do the things that you already try to do. So building, making it as easy as possible to configure. And we've taken that direction. I can see some things close are the multiple select dependent columns. So Dean, how close are the multi-select dependent columns? I think I will double check and I will come back to you. Before modifying the data based on the requests, then it's better to show a confirmation pop-up. Yeah, there is always a confirmation pop-up in terms, like there's always I'm gonna do something. Do you want me to or not? Yeah, so it doesn't automatically update things, and then it can undo some actions. And again, that type of thing we can expect to get like for it to have more coverage over time. I think just to recap, like some of the key things, again, like some may be small, but some things that have happened. Sorry, I don't know why I went into this. I want community demo April. Some of the things that have happened in the platform. So I can come in and I can take this and I can now drag it into my table. And these are like small things, but we're seeing they're really helpful from a day-to-day use perspective. As I mentioned earlier, we've added the transposed function. So in order to show you that, I'm going to go here. I have a transposed view. So you can see, I can see it in a vertical manner. I can see the data that I had in the table in this manner. We now have card views was the other one that was mentioned. So these are examples of cards that we've added in. And we've added in the ability to sync permissions. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to go resource permissions. And then Morta, and then we can sync resource permissions. And I will click import data. And that's imported my data and like permissions related to it. And that's, I think that was it in terms of the key updates. Was there anything else? Obviously, the new hub screen, you could see it. I don't want to open it properly on my end because a lot of it is like client projects. So I can't go into it deeply. But you'll have seen that got updated. Yeah, Sarah?
Ali already knows what I'm going to ask. When are we going to be able to have them inside our hub? So
Sorry,
having the
what do you mean
same.
that?
So one of the questions we've been asking again and again and again is, you know, the hub view,
Yeah.
the cards view with the favorites and the way it's displayed and showed. When are we going to be able to have the same thing for our documents in our hub? So the home page would be the tile view.
Okay, I see. Yeah, possibly in due course.
I know we've been asking it.
I like how you say you asked for many things and you get a good number of them. So it's
that's bad.
No, but yeah, I mean, what you've done in relation to the project's homepage is really cool. And yeah, over time, I can see us having a tiles option, like anyways, generally.
Great, yeah, because it's very, very promising. This is literally what we were trying to do with our tiles inside the
Yeah,
hub.
we're talking about the cards equivalent of rows in Morta.
Yeah, yes.
Cool. Yeah, I can see us doing that in time.
Great news.
Awesome. Perfect. I think that's mainly what I wanted to go through today. If you have any feedback or any questions, like very happy to take it. If not, I will give you 15 minutes back of your time.
Can I be annoying and add another one?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
We were talking about it earlier. You know the new sidebar collapse? I know it is in relation to
yeah, I think that got re-added.
Yeah, they got re-added, but the way it works, so let me try with my test hub. Can I share my screen?
Sure.
Okay, so let me show you. Ideally, so this is what we're looking at. When you open the hub, this is what you see. Now the button has been re-added, but when you click on it, you actually collapse.
Yeah.
So hide the entire thing, and then you have to re-click to see the sidebar. And I think the ideal would be that this button expands the sidebar, and then when you collapse, you go back to this.
Sure, I'm not sure. We'll take this one offline.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the idea behind that button is to completely hide the sidebar.
Yeah.
But
then initially when you have that button should be expand, because the fact for our user, sliding the sidebar to actually expand it was not necessarily the most user intuitive thing to do. So the button would have been to expand it first and then being able to collapse it again.
Sure. We'll need to like have a look at this properly offline, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Thank you.
No worries. Anyone else? I felt like someone wanted to say something, but I'm not sure. Philip, I think you had unmuted yourself.
No, all good.
All good. Okay. Amazing. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the feedback, and thanks for taking the time to join the call. As usual, we'll have one next month, and I hope you're finding these useful. Please do give me any kind of feedback on what you would like to see in a lot of these sessions in order to make them as useful as possible for you. I hope you found me going through building something with the AI useful, and it gave you some ideas. And yeah, look forward to getting any of your feedback, and have a really good day. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Cheers.
See you next month.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Cheers, guys.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.